So guys, today we're going to talk about the black Eosmon deck that I came up with. It's a very powerful, strong deck, and I'm excited for it, boys and girls. Let me know down in the comments what you think of black Eosmon as you watch this video. It means a lot. Hit that like button. It proves the up the ante and the algorithm. Remember, subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos. I am doing shorts on card reveals and stuff like that now, so you can stay up to date on new cards coming out for the future sets, and I'll give a little synopsis in like a 1-minute video. You don't have to deal with those 5 minutes videos anymore. So guys, let's dive right in. So let's go over it, boys and girls. So as you can see, this probably looks like the most jankest build you're ever gonna see coming, but it's consistent. Our goal is that the Eosmons will take care of the battle, while our options will take care of the security aspect. So our goal is to have very powerful options in the deck where they will pretty much clear out majority of our opponent's stuff when they hit into it. We don't have to worry about big things hitting us because our options take care of the big things. The only thing I don't like is pretty much Cutting Edge. I think it's a terrible card in its design. I like that the concept was there. It just, playing a level 5 Eosmon, I wish that this was an 8 cost and we could play the big guy and then at least be able to remove something. I think that would have been better of an option, and it would have made Eosmon a little more consistent. But with the parameters we have to make a deck work, right? Right. So first off, we use Mishimon. Mishimon, of course, is just there to be our draw. There's nothing else to give us any genuine power boost. Everything else doesn't really do anything. So it's there just to be able to Digivolve for Chikorimon. So it's just there just to be this, because every other thing for black just doesn't do anything. But they would harm us more because of the way they interact. You can just play anything you want in this, but the major reason we play Chikorimon is that this card at the end of the battle triggered D-Digi Evolution 1. We want to keep our Digimon, our opponent's Digimon, lower and get off their big guys, because preventive measures is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get off these big inheritable effects that would just wreck us any day of the week. So what we're hoping to do is just remove threats. So this will allow us to remove threats off board that are big, because sometimes the inheritables don't stay, they just go away. So that's what we have to worry about. Next, we have Morphemon. So on deletion, reveal the top 5 cards deck. Add 1 Manoa Tamer and 1 Digimon with Eosmon in its name among them to your hand, and place the remaining at the bottom of the deck. So her objective is to die. That is our only objective. Sadly, I know other people would say, why aren't you playing the Palmons and stuff like that? I don't think it's beneficial. The green package is strong enough to do what Eosmon needs. Eosmon needs a strong coverage backing it in the options department, because it lacks that in green. Green will just rest and do small stuff to prevent swings, but with black, red, even possibly blue, you could see that Eosmon can just survive more because the options are backed by very powerful kill spells. And that is our goal. Next, we do have Eosmon, the level 4. This one's really great on play. You may play 1 white 4-cost tamer or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. And then if your opponent may play a tamer of their own without paying its memory cost. 9 out of 10 times, unless we're in the format of the tamers heavies, set 7. There's no fear with this card, because most players aren't playing a full play set of tamers in most situations. The only ones that you would really get punished by this is the bonds. But we don't mind that too much, because it helps our Eosmon even more, because if they remove our Eosmons, we'll just put it back for the big Eosmon. So when attacking, you may play one white 4-cost tamer from your hand without paying its memory cost. Our tamers are all white, so it's always going to proc if we have a tamer in there, and it helps set up the next Eosmon. We play a 14 of the level 5 Eosmon, because we're allowed up to 50 of the same name, which is fine. but when attacking, you may place one level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying its memory cost. But also, your turn, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. That's inheritable. This starts stacking pretty quickly. But what's really nice is if you play this Eosmon turn 1, then you have this Eosmon in hand, you'll swing with this Eosmon, play this Eosmon, play the Manoa. Congratulations. You just got a Tamer out for free and 2 Mons, and then you could just Digivolve up. And by Digivolving up, now you have 2 level 5 Eosmons on board. You got a draw, and if you're lucky, the following turn, you'll just constantly keep getting Manoas off and start digging, and cycling, because their big boss Eosmon is terrifying. So when Digivolving for each Tamer you and your opponent has in play, this is why we don't mind the Eosmon here, is we may place a level 5 or lower Eosmon from our trash to at the top of this Digimon's Digi-Evolution card in any order, so we can constantly just build up. And if you have 2 or more cards replaced by this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It's a 5-cost removal. Not many decks can survive a 5-cost free removal. So your turn, for every 3 Digimon evolution cards this Digimon has, it gains security +1. So 13k. If we have 2 of these, it becomes a 15k. You know what's really nasty? Combo it with Final Zaborg Punch. One of your Digimon gets plus 3000 for the turn, and if it is a 6000 DP, which you don't even need the other Eosmons in with it, it gains blocker, reboot, and security +1. So now we have a way of keeping our turn up while our opponent will try to stop us in all threats. Now we have a blocker that's big and beefy and can't be, you know, dealt with in normal standards because we just blew up their big guy, and the small guy ain't gonna come in and be able to stop this blocker. Then we have none other than Ultimate Flare. Ultimate Flare is fantastic. Even if we have to hard cast this puppy from our hand, it's still really good, because triggering Digi-Evolution 3 and one of your Digimon, up to 3 cards from the top of that. If it becomes a level 3 Digimon, you may trash any of their cards. Delete all your opponents with a play cost 3 or less. So rookies kind of just go bye-bye, and that's our goal. We want to kill majority of the rookies. Most rookies do not have a play cost 4, and most people don't play the play cost 4. They play play cost 3. And what's really nasty is if a Bond swings into it, congratulations, Digivolve, bye-bye. A Ancient Garurumon, Ancient Greymon swings into it after doing the Warp Evolution, bye-bye. Everything goes bye-bye with this card majority of the time. There's not many times that, you know, you do not get to clear anything, and sometimes it'll clear a champion. If they're all the way up out into Omnimon or something like that, Ultimate Flare, Digivolve it to a champion. If they went for a 3-cost play champion, bye-bye. But also, what was another great card we combo with is Iron Fist Onslaught. This helps clear boards, because let's say they have a Rookie Rush style board. This deletes the whole board. Bye-bye. That's the goal. We're trying to prevent stuff. But delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. That means most Megas swinging into this is going to go bye-bye. The only time it really sucks is when they have a 7 and 8 ultimate, and you're like, why couldn't you be both 8s? Just how that combo ends, you know? But here, I want to love this card. Like I said earlier, being able to play a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying its memory cost, fantastic. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon DP less than or equal to that Digimon in play. I want to love the card. I do. I think this should have been an 8 cost. To be honest with you. Make this an 8 cost. Make it so you can play this Eosmon for free. This won't have inheritables. It'll become a big 13 vanilla. But at least it pops something. Because there's not many times, unless you are facing a Rookie Rush style board, you're not killing many things at 6000 DP in the Ultimate Line category. Not many Digimon have that. So, we also have Takumi Abia to help prevent our opponent from Rookie Rushing the shit out of us. That is really what it's here for. It's all it's going to be there for. Yes, we might suck to swing in with our Digimon, but we don't mind losing a little bit of memory, because most of our stuff is gaining something in advantage for its on deletion, and this card is only there for that 1 cost evolve draw. That's all it's there for. And then we have Tai and Matt. This is to just check our opponent. Just check them. So if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, gain 2 memory. You could play the Izzy Joe, if you really think that it would be better just to have a tamer in the black department. But remember, Eosmon can't play it. So we play white tamers just to help us play stuff for free. And Manoa is the backbone of this deck. It sets your memory to 3, which is fine. But when you play an Eosmon, you may suspend this tamer to reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 tamer or Digimon with Eosmon in its name among them. And to your hand, place the reading card at the bottom end of the deck in any order. This is really awesome because now it adds so much advantage to us. Because now we're filtering and cycling. And with 3, 17, 21, 25, 27, 28 targets to get for this card, where half our deck pretty much is guarantee hits. So definitely don't sleep on that card at all. Next, let's talk about it. Here are some great options for your decks. We have Mechanorimon. If you are facing heavy rushing styles, if people are starting to adapt to a rushing style, just have this deck come in, take out a few Eosmon level 5s for it, or, you know, take out an Eosmon level 4, go down to 2, or even just take out the whole Eosmon 2 line if you don't feel like it's benefiting you. And just put in this card. This card will help out in the end of the day. If you have Mechanori, Mechadon, I only suggest this if you're playing a little more heavy in the black package, but outside of that, same thing with this. They can't really do much in that situation, but at least destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 7 or less. That's a really nice one on deletion, so if you can get this out just so that you can have another removal is great. This card is only here just to play the protect game for your Mechanori if you're playing that. Another great card if your opponents are starting to play Omnimon from BT-1 or any level 7 that just starts clearing out your Omnimons. Hack in this card. This card will Digivolve on top of your Eosmon, your big Eosmon, and make it so their on Digievolution of their level 7s are shut off. That is big for us because now that takes out half of their game strats. And that's huge. We want to prevent them from doing on Digievolution stuff. That shuts down Swartz. Swart defeats. Omnimon BT1. Blitz Omnimon can't restand. Chaosmon can't restand. Millenniumon can't rewind. Everything gets shut down by that. If you really want to, Tech Omnimon Zwart defeat in there for security purposes if you want pop the security. You won't have any way of digivolving into it, but you will have a way for this thing to come out of security. Next, Spider Shooter. One of your Digimon gets D-Evolution 1. So we like to D-Digivolve, but if you are facing in a heavy yellow meta, one of your Digimon gets Reboot. So that makes it so our Eosmon can restand itself, but its DGP can't be reduced, and it cannot be returned to hand or deck until the end of your turn. If you are facing heavy return laws, tech this in. Take out the Zaboran Punch, Breath of the Gods it out. Just make it so that you don't die. This card also, none of your opponent's Digimon can attack the player or security until the end of turn, is huge. This pops off in security, done. They're done. Then we have Parablanc Junk. This card, I like it because of one of two reasons. You can combo this in with Morphomon, and now when it dies, this was free, you gain 2 memory. If you're at 3, that's now 5. That comes into being a level 5 Eosmon coming in for pretty much an extra 2 free memory, and that means you're set up with an ultimate that is harder to remove. Next, Laser Eyes. Target Digievolution up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. This is great if you think that you need more Digievolutions, and that gets them off their big Digimon, and that makes it easier for us to kill them. Next, Genocide Attack. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 7 or less. Plain and simple, very easy to follow. I think this is a great card as an aside option if you want more removal. Great. I talked about Izzy Joe. It's very easy to get it off, but again, you can't play it with, you know, your Eosmon level 4. But if you don't care about hard casting this card, go for it. Now let me talk about a little bit. This deck gets a little more better with some of the support options that it gets in BT-6 set. So Analog Youth is like the bread and butter what Eosmon needed. So reveal the top 3 cards to your deck, add 1 Digimon from among them from your hand, trash the remaining card for a 2 cost. And then when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digi-Evolutions is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory and hatch it in Digi-Egg to empty the space in the breeding area in an empty space. That's huge for us. That now sets us up for follow-up turns if we can Digivolve up. But I don't get the flip. The flip doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It wouldn't matter if it said flip the Digivolve and then you can Digivolve up for free. That's huge. This card just doesn't do that. Then we have win rate 60%. So if we wanted to get Eosmon big one out without passing the turn, we could use win rate 60%. You can pretty much do 2 cost. It'll be 3 costs total to get that Eosmon big one out, and that's huge. That's by discarding one of our Eosmons. Now that fuels the evolution costs. Now we have another Eosmon engraved. Now Digivolve up. If they have tamers, that's 2. There you go. Now your Eosmon removes something on the board for pretty much evolving of 3, which is better than our paying our 5 right now. Next, we have Program Emergency Halt. You could definitely play this. I'm sorry this seems like I'm future-proofing this, but we are heading into EX set eventually, and you need to know what to do with it. So, next, this is another great option, I think. Your opponent cannot use options until the end of your opponent's next turn. This will help against Ice Wall decks because we are going to have that. And then security, your opponent can't use options for the turn, and add this card to your hand. This also really does help out in the end game. So, let's end this. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It means a lot. If you like, comment, subscribe, it really does help out. Let me know what you would improve in Eosmon, this Eosmon in Pacific, or do you guys all excited for this black Eosmon list? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!